Hello, this is Mahaleyah and welcome to All This Bliss. Today I am especially happy and proud to have with me Aveenatan bin Atur Kazriel. I've known him all his life. First time I met him, he was this high and in diapers. It's been a long journey, and not too long ago, he called me and he said that he had some things that he wanted to express about his life, being a member of the community from birth. And I felt like it would be a very good thing and for him to express himself. The first thing I just wanted to say is this video is not for me. This video is not something that is for anything except Aveenatan to express his feelings about his life, and so this is a perfect opportunity for him to do so, and hopefully through his courage and his conviction, maybe some of our other youth will come forth and tell their stories as well, because he is definitely, in my opinion, one of our success stories. So we just want to go back. We're going to go back to the beginning and say that you were born in the community.
Of course.
And you're now 35 years old.
Yeah.
Handsome young man.
Thank you.
Aveenatan is an artist. He is a pastry chef. He is an interior decorator. There's so many things that he does. The list goes on forever and ever. I know his parents. He's the son of Supporter, who you all know well, and the son of Atur Kazriel, who is, I guess you would say, an ambassador of sorts for the community. So he has gained and inherited all of their talents. And we're going to start off with the early years. And just tell us how that all evolved.
In which way?
Okay, you matriculated through the educational system. You went to Beit Sefer Akva, which is the Brotherhood School in Dimona. Okay, and were you a good student?
Yes, that was fair. Fair. We always thought it was fair. Yeah.
Would it be safe to say that all of your many talents you learned from the community?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Yeah. So after high school, after graduating, what did you do then? At that point in time in the community, it wasn't like there was basketball teams where they were coming and there was draft opportunities for the basketball NBA? That's the NBA.
Yeah, gotcha.
Like opportunities for the NBA and all of it. Weren't a lot of opportunities for young people. So what did you do?
Well, first, I don't know what I was going to do after school, but anyway, I knew I wanted to be a strong member of the community. I wanted to be on the good team,
Right.
the good team. So they said it was. So I believed it. I come from a family who's very deeply rooted in the community, like very deeply. Like my father, I would say we have to start the whole thing, So most of my family members are like government officials. So
That's right.
I'm looked at as all eyes on me now. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna be a part of it or not? Because even though I was born in it, but at a certain time in my life, there was a choice you have to make. And my choice was for me. It wasn't my parents pushed me to be in the kingdom or come force me. It was my will to be a part of the community because my family would look at that as like, wow, awesome. So of course I want to be a part of that wow team, that strong member of the community and to stand up for what's right, because I had to, have a good heart, always gonna have a good heart. That's me, that's who I am, And so I had no idea which area I was gonna go into in the community. I thought we were doing music, I would like to act, sing, and dance, of course. That everybody does that,
Yes.
So,
yeah.
but So all my friends, we all graduated together, and some had outside jobs, which means they had jobs that didn't include the communities, working for the community. And me, I wanted to. What my father offered to me, he said, "Son, you know what you need to do? How about going out to the factory?" I was like, "Oh,
okay. Now we're gonna just let everybody know. Now, when you talk about the factory, exactly what kind of factory was it?
It was a food factory, a vegetarian food factory called Place of Life. Where everything's there is natural products. And my job was to go out there and pack tofu. That was
so they sold tofu.
I mean, ice cream,
sold vegan products.
Vegan, everything for me, the best food in the world. I mean, I'll be lying to say it wasn't that good. Come on, it was raw, dude. Come on, the best.
Yes. Just looking at the people in the community, you can tell that we did eat well. We didn't do anything else.
Okay. So anyway, my job was to go out there and pack tofu, and of course I was like, "What? Pack tofu, dude? Come on, it's serious." No, I think I want to do bigger things than to pack tofu.
Well, you did do other things though.
Well, of course.
You actually managed that factory.
Of course. Well, I can't say I managed the factory. I can't say that, but I know I had a big hand. I mean, my hand was forward. I was in charge of the ice cream area.
That was huge.
For me that was more than huge. What about it was like to make ice cream for the kingdom of Yah.
But it was more than the kingdom of Yah. This ice cream was one of the first vegan ice creams in Israel. And people need to know that. And this ice cream was distributed to quite a few different places all over Israel.
Of course.
So it wasn't like a little.
Oh no, it wasn't. It wasn't a little bitty business. For me, it was huge.
Yeah.
It was huge. About I got looked at it like the guy who made the ice cream. So much power.
Everybody was your friend.
It's not like ice cream was like an easy thing, but it was a big thing. But all holidays, all the birthdays, just to see people eat something I made me feel good. Like, wow, I made the ice cream. I'm the reason they're happy. That made me feel really, really good. So I did that and did it for the years, not because I was made to or I got punished. I loved it. It was me. Now
that was approximately
11 years. Yeah.
That was
that was 11 years being fired, rehired, and I would say I didn't get fired because I stole something. I got fired because I maybe left some milk out on the table overnight this way. They made a big thing out of that. Like that was like major.
Are you serious?
Dude, no joke. Not even. I was on house arrest for a whole year.
Okay.
Couldn't leave the house.
Now let me just say here that I have to interject something because there were many other young sons in the community that were doing.
Who the Messiah chose to go out there to work for?
No, not just that, but there were many other young sons from the community who were committing offenses that would be considered major,
Yeah.
and they were taking punishments, and here you are dedicating your life, dedicating your service without pay or just a small stipend.
Yeah, small stipend.
And you're being punished for leaving some milk out overnight.
Maybe some milk out. I maybe left a dirty blender, something out. Maybe rushing too fast. Things happen sometimes. But I get, looked at as like the evil guy. Your vision is off, son. You're not focused enough. I'm like, dude, just some milk. We can clean it up tomorrow. Whoa, what the big deal? So, but to me, like the Messiah was trying to attack my character as a person. Because if I left some. This like the dirty milk, the milk on the table. It was like, son, you off. Your soul is lost.
You're not exaggerating.
Dude, I wish I could give the name that was at the meeting. I mean, it was the meeting. They called a meeting about some spoiled milk being out in the factory. At the MOI. Remember that meeting?
MOI is the Ministry of Information. So that was big information. That was really big news.
It was big news. To come, we had to have a meeting because in the time they have some milk on the table and that severe. Like I actually felt wicked by doing that.
Well, that reminds me of a story, and I hope I'm not going too far off topic, but I remember they used to have big sacks of soybeans, and if anybody knows what a soybean looks at, it's really small. It's maybe a little bit bigger than a green pea. And I remember they had a factory that was somewhere up north of Israel, and they were making, this was the original factory, as a matter of fact, and they were making all of these vegan products for sale. And the sack of soybeans fell over. Now, and a sack of soybeans, and a sack holding about, what would...
I would say maybe 30, maybe 50 kilos, maybe.
Okay.
Could be.
So that's pretty large sack. But it fell over, and all of these tiny little soybeans went all over the factory. But I was told that Ben-Ami had the workers on their knees to go and pick up every last soybean. It was sort of like a punishment. So there were severe punishments that were meted out to the workers. And the workers, I really felt sorry for them because I knew I couldn't work there. They worked long, hard hours, and most of the time the only pay that they received was maybe some product from the factory. It wasn't like you were really making money. And were you ever acknowledged for all of that service?
Well, I was acknowledged by the people. Like the people knew I worked really hard. They was like, boy, you awesome though. We love your work. You this, you that, you that, you that. So maybe this year you might get a title, you know. And me, I was like, no, I don't want the title. It ain't gonna make my job no better, no easier. No, but it'd be nice to be acknowledged. It's cool to be acknowledged bad. To something you're doing great for the kingdom, you know.
Okay.
That'd be great.
You were considered a good guy. Your parents were well established and highly respected in the community, so there was a lot of pressure put on you to perform and excel.
Yes.
Okay, so after 11 years, what happened?
Well, after 11 years of being at the factory, which I love, I have to keep saying that I love the job I do, because people see video, what you do? Hey, no, loved it. And in fact, secretly, if they asked me, I would go back. That's how honored I was. I'm saying that now. I mean, that's how I will feel. But I have, like I'm saying, I just left the community almost like 4 years ago, so I'm still pitying things that I like. I'm still trying to like not look back at it and start a new page
because there were so many things that were instilled in you that you probably still love and still you have no problem with.
At all. So
what happened after 11 years?
Well, 11 years, I decided to get an outside job at the Sea of Life as a waiter. And after that, I mean, even though I still had a hand in the factory, I would call them, ask them how's it going, you need help, you know, if there's an affair, I would call me, I'm there for you. But I got an outside job only because I started designing more things. I wanted more than just a bag soup bed.
Some tofu.
Literally, I wanted more than tofu. Sorry, I wanted more than tofu, you know.
Right.
And so I went out and got a job at Sea of Life, you know. And I think, first of all, maybe it's my fault, or not my fault, because I didn't get permission to leave the factory.
Oh, okay.
So
now you were almost 30.
Almost 29. No, I was 28.
Almost 30?
Yeah, gotcha.
Okay. And you said at this point in life where most people, they have full-fledged careers that are going on, they have family, they have children, and they're really making their mark as a young adult, here you are working for tofu. So you decided that you needed and wanted more in your life, and so you got a regular job.
Yeah, that'd be the regular salary. The regular salary.
But you still looked back and would volunteer whenever you were needed. So that says a lot about your character. You were a real worker.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So how long did you work at the sea?
Well, I worked at the sea for a year before I would say 2 years at the sea, and after that I got sent to DC. DC.
So you were sent on what people in the community refer to as a mission. which is a task or a mission. There's a duty that you're supposed to perform outside of Israel. And you were sent to Washington, D.C. And what did you do there?
What I do best, cook. I was in a restaurant, you know. I went there to bake. It's always like that. I'm always sent on these small missions. Like say, my first mission to go pack tofu, and I packed tofu through. I became packing tofu, the ice cream maker, this guy. And I guess can't learn one thing instead still. I have to learn everything. That's me. That's I like to know and do the best, you know. So I went to DC to be the baker, and of course I became more than the baker.
You became the pastry chef.
Because of my will. No, I went to bake cake. That was my mission, to go to DC and bake cakes and come back home. And of course, me being me, I can't get caught and do one thing.
Now, was that something that you wanted to do?
No.
And why didn't you want to do it?
Well, for my personal reason, I didn't want to go to America based on, I literally was scared of America. I was afraid of America. I was afraid of who I might become, or afraid of the story that I've heard about the devil, you know. Because for me, America was hell. It's the pits of hell. That's what we was taught. I was born and raised knowing America was hell.
Right.
So even though I'm not gonna say I was naive to think, oh my God, there was this stuff like, you know, all this violence and there's no peace, all the drugs and all this, all of that, you know. So me, it's almost like it scared me poopless. I don't want to go to America. I didn't have to go.
That was understandable, considered all of the things that you had been taught against America. I don't know if many of you know that most of the members in the community actually at one point in time even renounced their American citizenship. Later on, they were reinstated. But there was just that much hatred towards America.
They convinced me to hate it too.
That Benami taught to the members of the community.
And they convinced me to hate America and did I hate America?
Do you consider, looking back now, do you consider the community that you were born and raised in, do you consider it a cult?
Well, I have to say, be honest with that question. I like a good answer, good question, but I don't know what a cult is. You know, the whole cult thing is new to me, so So I don't know what is a cult. So I don't know if I was in a cult, I'm not in a cult. But now that I'm looking back on it, I have to say the thing that I saw that matches up to a cult is looking like, wow, that's where I come from, a cult. But no one wants to believe they come from a cult. So they want to say no.
True.
You want to say no, of course.
Right. Nobody wants to
believe they're in a cult.
Nobody wants to. We did an actual show on that. Okay, so maybe if you touched on some of the things that are surfacing now, you know, that are making you look back on your life, you know, what would you say your feelings are now? Now you're back, you're a grown man. Are you still a member?
The community? No.
Okay, so now you're living your own life.
Well, let's say I'm trying to live my own life. I'm trying to. It's not, I'm trying to, but okay.
Okay, you're trying to live your own life. Are you living in the same city? Are you living close by your parents?
Well, no, now I live in Tel Aviv now for 2 years now. I came to Tel Aviv. Well, it's amazing because I've always said I would never live in Tel Aviv. It's amazing, like really, I always say I never wanted to be that kind of guy who lived in Tel Aviv. Because for us, Tel Aviv was like Tel Aviv. You know, I was like, ooh.
We were taught that anything outside the community, that's a characteristic of a cult. I'm not trying to brainwash you here,
okay,
you know, because you know, all I'm simply saying is there has definitely been a change in you. Okay. So what precipitated that change?
Well, first of all, I have to say going to America was the worst experience of my life, but also one of the best. Like it had to happen. I had to go to America for a reason I don't know why, but it was the most scariest but most necessary experience of my life.
And why is that?
Because for the first time within myself, I felt like, wow, Because I've seen so many people in my age. I've hung out with people that they have rights for themselves, for their life. They can say no. They have an opinion on what they do.
They can choose.
That was like, wow. I wasn't used to. I was always used to saying can, yes, no. And if I did have an opinion, I couldn't say that loud. I had to whisper about it or behind closed doors. And to me, I'm like, no. So America for me, it helped me in a lot of ways. First of all, it gave me the knowledge that I have a right to say no. Have to say I don't agree, and that made me feel like lighter, you know. It gave me rights to myself, and so like I said, it was the most scary experience of my life, but it had to happen.
Yeah, because you were a grown man at that point, 30 years old, and you know, you have to evolve as a person. Yeah,
you do, but I guess so. And it's amazing because I went from not wanting to go to America to not wanting to come back to Israel. That was amazing. Like the whole transformation. First of all, when I went there, I was emotionally sick. Like literally, first of all, I'm the kind of guy, I don't like new crowds. You know, I mean, I don't like learning new people. I'm really lazy when it comes to crowds. I like to stick with what I know with, and that's it. You know, so the whole thing of going over there to learn new people and knowing who to trust and who to talk to. And what about when I got there, it was almost like people saw an angel. Really? I'm like, literally, they was like, hey, whoa, this is Atur Kazriel, son. Wow, he must be that. Wow, he must be that, you know, that king spirit. And I was like, yeah, I am, but dude, I'm not him.
Well, I have to ask, are you still close with the members of, I know that you are close with your mother, but are you still close with your father, the one that you looked up to for protection, the one that you wanted to be like? Your grandfather and your, would you call it a granduncle? Grandmother, all of your family members were, as you say, is well established in the community. Are you still close with them?
No, not really.
So is it they don't agree that since you came back to Israel that you're not living according to their beliefs?
Of course. Well, I've never been, well, to be honest, you asked me if am I still close to my father. I've actually never been close to him at all, which is amazing. It's almost like, I always felt like the Messiah has robbed me of my father. Like, so he promotes, for me, looking on the other side of the fence, he promotes broken families. And why I have to say that, and it's sad to say that, it's really sad to say that, but I'm really saying it. And I have to say it. He promotes broken families. And why? Because to me, when a family is broken, that means he's in charge. That means he has the power to over your family. And then if you intervene in your own family, or start to turn your attention to your own family, then there's structure to a family. And
so are you saying that he devoted most of his time
to the Messiah? Yeah.
To the leader of the
I don't want to say leader. I have to tell the world
I
have to tell the world that we have the Messiah at hand. So I'm saying we say the leader, and I want to put them, and this is really serious. We have the Messiah. We don't want nobody to say it that way, because as long as the leader, you're not that. You know what I mean? I'm saying, like, it's that serious. Like, we actually believe we have the Messiah in our midst. And for me, I finally woke up to know that that's so sick. Why? Because I got friends on television who's dating, and everybody's screaming Messiah.
Now,
Messiah,
when you say dating,
I mean the Orthodox Jews.
Right.
Orthodox Jews, you know.
Right.
And everybody's screaming Messiah. The Russians, the Arabs, everybody looking for the Messiah, right? And so I'm like, why is everybody for the Messiah? I'm like, dude, I know where he's at. I live with him. I was born and raised knowing the Messiah. Do you want to meet him? Come with me. I think I'm Messiah. They said, and I said, he's black. He's a black man. They said, nah, that can't be. You're crazy. I said, yeah. The Messiah is in the room. I said, so if you want the Messiah to come back, and then if he come back in Arab, are you ready with that? Everybody looking for the Messiah to come back looking like them. Everybody looking for the Messiah to come look like a black man. The white look like a white man. the air won't come back to living in the air. So what? You gotta come back and living like somebody. So I'm saying that to say when I have my friends saying that the Messiah can't be black, which means I said that means you're not ready for Messiah. Because if he's gonna come back, he's gonna come back living like one person. He can't come back living like everybody. You know what I mean? So my whole point is, we live with the Messiah. I know and meet the Messiah. I talk to him. I wrote for my whole life. So my point is, if you want to be the Messiah, come meet me. I'm being funny now. That's my point.
Okay, but your father worked for the Messiah.
For the Messiah, yes. Devoted his life to the Messiah.
And now your mother had 9 children.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, Support told me she had about 16 pregnancies and 9 children. And then your mother starred in the original Sister Wife movie, meaning that you had another mother.
Right. Which I never wanted. Wow.
And so you had to, what was that like for you? I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Well, I'm glad you asked that, because I look at the world that I'm in today, so-called the real world, and the thing that I like about the real world is they families they give the children, they involve the children in family decisions. You know, they say, son, what about that? What about that? What about that? To me, I've never had that tend to. Like I always say, like if my father ever intervened with me, and has, I was coming down to be only, like if we were able to be grown together and talk real as a human being, I would have said that we don't need nothing, we're happy, you know. But then I go back to a meeting that one of the princes gave with the brotherhood. He said that if you get one wife, then you're not considered married.
That's very interesting.
He said if you have one wife, do not consider yourself married. And I'm like, wow. And then all the brothers was like, gang. But you know, like that's kind of like I didn't get it.
It's a lot of pressure that was put on
my
brothers and your father and many brothers to marry again, because I suppose in their own way maybe they felt as though, well, we have to marry these sisters, they need husbands or whatever. But in the end, how do you think that really worked?
Well, it didn't work. And I knew that's why I wish the parents really involve the kid to take decisions. Like, because I promise you, I probably was young, or probably 18, but I knew something was wrong. I knew this family here. And you get families who had 2 wives, and their family worked. They worked, but I knew it in my soul. This family here, we do not need another wife. And it's not because I knew exactly why, but I knew it wasn't right. It wasn't right with me. You know, even though we had the wedding and this and that.
Maybe it's because you felt such a lack of I don't want to say love, but you felt that you were lacking in some ways, and that with all of this extra something that was coming, it wasn't going to help.
What? No, that's what's funny. No, I wasn't lacking love. As a matter of fact, I had too much love. My family, I was loved on both sides. My grandmother, so lacking love and attention is not my. That's not my story. You know, that's why I'm so weirded out about what my today in my life, because I didn't get the bad story. I didn't have the bad family. My family was olive for me, in my eyesight. You know, everything went all downhill when we got the second wife. And there's nothing wrong with the second wife. There's nothing wrong with her. She's a human being. She's an awesome mother. She's that. But I just knew this family here didn't need 2 wives. We didn't need it. In my gut, I knew that.
What about you? Would you consider what they call divine marriage or plural marriage?
No. Plural, I don't understand the question.
Plural marriage just means more than one wife.
Oh, no. I mean, when I was younger, of course I believed it. You know, I grew up in it. You know, get 2 wives. You know, football is cool. It's nice. It's sexy. You know, you mean you're a real man, get 2 wives. You know, to me, if I got 2 wives, it wasn't because I need a wife. because it's cool. You look good with two abs. You know, I got two abs, brother. What you get? You know, it get me for sure. It won't be because I really needed two abs. Whoa, I need two abs. Wow, you can't make it. No, it won't be that. It'll just be for sure. Like everything else, everything gets for sure. I got two abs, brother. What you get? You got one. You ain't good, brother. No, that's the picture with the white thing. You know, it's all for poser. It gets for big front. You know, like you got some brother who can't handle one wife. I'm like, dude, two? Are you serious?
Most men have a problem with one.
Are you serious? Two wives, dude, get a life. You know. But anyway, I already knew that was gonna go down here. You know.
So what is it that you wanted to share with everyone today? Was it anything in particular?